Assalamualaikum. So today for the mini project 2, I'm going to show about RC circuit, which consists of resistor and capacitor. So there are three types of RC circuit that will be used and simulate. First is single capacitor circuit, second is two parallel capacitor circuit, and the third is two series capacitor circuit. So first I will show about the single capacitor circuit. The resistor and the capacitor. For single I use one capacitor, and in this case I use two type of switch. So then connect each of the components. So this is for the charging state. So I use this switch so it can show the options to charge and discharge. So this is the single capacitor. So the multimeter connect to the capacitor so that I can measure the voltage across the capacitor. So there are two types of resistor that we use. First is 68 kilo ohm and next is 100 kilo ohm. For the value of the capacitor is 470 micro constant. I will use this same. So run the simulation. For the initial value, it is 0 volt, and after close the switch, this is the charging state of the capacitor. After 20 seconds, it is 5.426 volt, and after 240 seconds, it is 11.992 volt. And for the discharging, just switch the switch so that it can disconnect from the DC supply. The voltage will start to drop until it reaches 0 value or equivalent. So this is the value result obtained during discharging for 68 kilo ohm. The maximum is 11.999 volt, which is almost equal to the voltage supply, which is 12 volt. And after 240 seconds, the voltage across the capacitor is 0.006 volt. So this is for 68 kilo ohm. So right now I will change to 100 kilo ohm. The initial voltage is 0 volt, and connect it for the charging. So after 20 seconds, the voltage across the capacitor is 4.113 volt, and after 240 seconds, the voltage is 11.926 volt. So for the discharge, just switch the switch and connect it to the ground, and the voltage start to drop across the capacitor. So the maximum voltage also same to the 68 kilo ohm, which is 11.999 volt, and after 240 seconds, the voltage across the capacitor is 0.073 volt. So this is the graph for the charge and discharge for each resistor, 68 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm. So next I'm going to show the two parallel capacitor circuit. So I need two capacitor and connect it in parallel connection. This is two parallel capacitor circuit. So run the simulation. The initial value is 0 volt, and switch the close the switch, and the voltage starts to increase. So after 20 seconds, the voltage is 3.221 volt for 68 kilo ohm, and it will increase until 240 seconds, which is 11.718 volt, which is not the maximum voltage. So for the discharge, switch the switch, and the voltage start to drop. It will drop until 0.283 volt after 240 seconds. So next, I will change the value of the resistor to 100 kilo ohm, and for the charging, run the simulation. The initial is 0 volt, and close the switch, and the voltage start to increase. So for the first 20 seconds, the voltage across the capacitor for the parallel is 2.41 volt, and after 240 seconds, the voltage is 11.064 volt. For discharge, press the switch and will change to discharge. The capacitor will start to discharge, the voltage start to drop, and the maximum voltage is 11.998 volt, which is equal to DC supply 12 volt, and it will drop until 0.934 volt for after 240 seconds, but it will keep drop even after 240 seconds. So this is the graph obtained from the result for 68 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm for charging and discharging. This is the graph result. And right now I'm going to show about two series capacitor. So for two series capacitor, the capacitor need to be connected in a series. The multimeter. So this is the two series capacitor for RC circuit. Now let's run. The initial voltage is 0 volt. Close the switch for charging, and the voltage starts to increase. So here, after 20 seconds, the voltage increase rapidly until 8.571 volt, and it will keep increasing until 240 seconds. Even after 160 seconds, the voltage start to show the steady state period. So for discharge, press the switch, and the voltage will decrease, will start to drop. So here is the value obtained for the voltage across the capacitor. This is for 100 kilo ohm. Sorry. Here is the result. And right now, I'm going to change the value of the resistor to 68 kilo ohm. The initial voltage is 0 volt. So run the circuit, connect the circuit to the DC supply, and the voltage start to increase. For the first 20 seconds for 68 kilo ohm is 8.501 8.571 volt. For 100 kilo ohm, after 20 seconds, it is 6.882 volt. And the voltage will keep increasing until 240 seconds, which is 11.999 volt, which is also considered as the maximum voltage. So for the discharging, it will discharge until the value of the voltage across the capacitor reach zero value, and from the result obtained, this is the result after 240 seconds for 68 kilo ohm, and for 100 kilo ohm it is 0.001 volt, which is also considered as 0 volt. So this is the graph show obtained from the circuit, from the result. So from this, the value for these three circuit, the value of the resistor manipulate the value of the voltage across the capacitor. If the value of resistor is higher, the value of voltage across the capacitor is lower in times. So that's all about my mini project 2 RC circuit. So thank you.